The thing is कि the peace talks between Iran and US have absolutely been cancelled. I mean, कौन ये चीज़ expect नहीं कर रहा था जब your representative is actually someone from Pakistan? It was totally expected जहाँ तक मेरे को लग रहा है. I mean, have you seen how many times they have failed their own country? ये चीज़ मेरे को सबसे funny लगा, which was like absolutely insane.
Aisha, Vice President J.D. Vance became the most senior U.S. official to meet an Iranian delegation in nearly half a century. But he left here without a deal to end the war.
The simple fact is that we need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon and they will not seek the tools that would enable them to quickly achieve a nuclear weapon.
After negotiations that lasted throughout the night, the vice president left Pakistan early this morning. He made no mention of the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran says it fully controls. Another area of disagreement, sanctions relief. Iranian officials downplayed the significance of the high-level talks.
One should not have expected that we could reach an agreement in a single session. I don't think anyone had such an expectation.
While negotiations were ongoing, President Trump also appeared to downplay them.
We'll see what happens. Look, regardless, we win. Regardless what happens, we win. We've totally defeated that country. Whether we make a deal or not makes no difference.
With the USS George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier strike group heading into theater, along with thousands of Marines in the Pacific, additional forces will be on station when the ceasefire expires next week. And for now, no time or place has been set for a potential relaunch of the talks.
The most funniest thing about the Iran and US conflict is कि जैसे ही वो लोग peace talks cancel हो चुका था, we could see कि Trump exactly at that time UFC में match देखने गया था, which is absolutely insane. Imagine कि उसका country पूरा conflict में है, लेकिन bro is just watching UFC games at that point.
The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement, and I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America.
We're going to see what happens. We're in very deep negotiations with Iran. We win regardless. We've defeated them militarily. They've dropped a couple of water mines. You call them water mines in the boat. We've defeated all of their water boats too. Their Navy has gone 158 ships. They have 28 water droppers, mine droppers they call them. All of them are sunk. They probably have a couple of mines in the water. We have minesweepers out there. We're sweeping the strait. In addition to that, we're negotiating whether we make a deal or not. It makes no difference to me.
And इस चीज़ का फेलियर के चलते ट्रम्प इशू कर दिया था कि स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज में ब्लॉकेड होगा. एंड व्हेन आस्क्ड अबाउट द ब्लॉकेड वो ये जवाब दिया.
Mr. President, can you explain to us what is going on right now with the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, we're going to be blockading. It'll take a little while, but it'll be effective pretty soon. And we had meetings yesterday. They, as you said, lasted 21 hours. That was a long meeting. We had some very, very good representatives, as you know, J.D. and Steve and Jared. So we were well represented, but we didn't get there on the important issue. They want to have nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons. I've been saying that for 30 years. I would never allow that to happen before I was in politics. And that country will not have nuclear weapons. Most countries shouldn't be allowed to have, but that country will not have nuclear weapons.
So, Mr. President, was that the red line there? Can you explain to us what went on in these talks? What did the United States ask of Iran, and how did they react?
Well, they reacted. You know, it was very interesting. It started off weak. They came in like they had the cards, but they don't have the cards. Their army, their whole military is obliterated. The whole place is obliterated. And, you know, as you know, levels of leaders are gone. They're literally gone. Khomeini's gone. The whole thing is gone. The whole place is gone. They have one thing that they can do. They can say, well, gee, we're going to put a mine someplace just a mine. We'll drop 1 mine, 2 mines, 10 mines. And that will, if you have a ship that costs $1 billion, you'll say, well, you know, I prefer not getting whacked by a mine, losing my ship, or damaging it badly, at least. And so that's a little bit of a thing that they can do. And military might and military power don't do it, but, it's extortion, and they're extorting the world. We don't get our oil from there. We have so much oil. And one thing you said, and I don't know if anybody heard it well, but we have boats pouring up to the United States. They'll be filling them up, and they'll be leaving, and they're going to be packed with the best oil you can get, light, sweet, crude. They're going to have the best oil that you can get. But so that's interesting, and it's great because we have a lot of oil. We don't get any. I mean, literally last year it was 1%. We did that as a favor. We don't need the strait. But other countries do. And I will tell you, while we're on the subject, we're very disappointed with NATO. We're very, very disappointed that they didn't come. Now they want to come and they want to help with the strait, and it won't take long to clean it out. So we're going to clean out the strait, and they'll be able to use the strait in not too long a distance. But we had a very intensive negotiation, and toward the end it got very friendly, and we got just about every point we needed, except for the fact that they refused to give up their nuclear ambition. And that's the only point, frankly, to me. That was the most important point by far.
And I want to ask you about that, and I will get to NATO as well. But, Mr. President, you wrote on Truth Social this morning saying that we will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. And at some point, we will reach an all being allowed to go in and all being allowed to go out basis. Right. So tell us what you're trying to accomplish with this blockade,
all in,
sir.
All out. Yep. It's called all in and all out. There'll be a time when we'll have them all come in and all come out, but it won't be a percentage. It won't be a friend of yours, like a country that's your ally or a country that's your friend. It's all or nothing, and that won't be in too long a distance. No, we're just bringing the ships up. We got a lot of ships, so we're bringing them up. We think that numerous countries are going to be helping us with this also, but we're putting on a complete blockade. We're not going to let Iran make money on selling oil to people that they like and not people that they don't like or whatever it is. It's going to be all or none, and that's the way it is. And it'll be, you saw what we did with Venezuela. It'll be something very similar to that. But
the thing is कि Trump पूरा अभी जिद्दी हो चुका है. He won't let Iran get any weapons or do anything else in that matter. Apart from that, ट्रम्प अपना दिमाग खो चुका है क्योंकि वो पोप लियो को क्रिटिसाइज किया था. ऑल द वाइल वो अपना सोशल मीडिया पे अपना चेहरा डाला था जिसमें वो जीसस क्राइस्ट जैसा दिख रहा था. हाउ मच ऑफ अ नार्सिसिस्ट डू यू हैव टू बी? बट द कंटेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली हिलेरियस दो.
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. He hit us. Think of it. He's worried about fear. What about the fear when the ministers and the priests and all of those great people that were arrested during COVID, and in many cases they're outside 10 feet apart and they were arrested. So we don't like it. We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
So would you be okay with a third country that's Iran?
About what?
Would you be okay with a third country that brings this stuff to Iran in the whole?
Well, that's a very theoretical question. Really, I don't want to answer that.
You've met Mark Rutte this week. You've been very frustrated with NATO countries. Are you planning on?
Well, they're coming up. They're going to be coming up. But I'm very disappointed in NATO. They didn't do that. They weren't there for us. We pay trillions of dollars for NATO, and they weren't there for us. Remember what I said. NATO was not there. Now they want to come up, but there's no real threat anymore. But NATO was not there for us.
Are you going to punish the countries who couldn't help?
We'll see what happens. But, we spend trillions of dollars on NATO to help them guard really against Russia. When you think of it, we're guarding against Russia. And I've long thought it was a little ridiculous, but we spend trillions of dollars doing it. And I think that's going to be under very serious examination. Thank you very much.
This world is totally a big circus यार, जहाँ तक मेरे को देखने को लग रहा है. Anyways guys, if you like my commentary on these sort of topics, then do leave a like and a subscribe अगर आपको मेरा content चाहिए. And I will see you all in the next video. That's about it. Peace out. Have fun.